Con Gold is the one I'm speculating on. Yes, Vincenzo loves to speculate, but he likes to do his speculating in the gold market where he feels there's a chance where some of these companies in here, GPL, AAU, Con Gold, could be 10 or 20 baggers, right? And they're real companies. None of that bullshit. And then down here you can see that's that on my other one now. I had at a time, I think $1,000 on here, but I made 35 or 38%. So I sold it to speculate up there, right? It seemed like a good idea at the time, but it's still a good idea. But I was up $22 right there. So I had a good day in the gold fund, right? It's a nice day. So we did pretty good here. You know what I'm saying? Up $89. It's not bad on that account. And then in this account, what do we do? We got to go here to figure it out because I just put more money in because I add money every week. Oh, we were up 26. We were up 1.5% here too. We had a good day today. What did good for us? Ooh, our VOD did. Let's see that VOD. I knew that's going to be a good one. Up 1%. Riot Blockchain, we're shorting, and we're going to make phenomenal gains on that. I can feel it. That thing's going way down. ExxonMobil was down a little bit. We'll buy some more tomorrow. I'm putting more money on. Just got paid today. I think I'm going to put $400 more or $500 more on here. And I'm going to buy some of that, but I think I'm going to go heavy. I got orders here to buy. And once again, this is investing in hedging like the rich with Vincenzo, right? At Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investings. If you want to get rich like Vincenzo, because Vincenzo thinks, acts, talks, sleeps, spends, and invests like the rich, you just go ahead and follow me. I got an order for 400 and 400. 400 more in the gold fund and 400 more in that same international Europac gold fund out of Peter Schiff's. They only pay 1% dividend, but the reward is more. You have a high, the price can go up a lot quicker. You can get a 10 bagger out of this, right? In an international value fund, right? You can get a 10 bagger out of that. But that's where my money's at, or at least is part of my money. What is that? How much money is that? I don't even know how much that is. So we got, and then look, our income updated today. So we're forecasted to get $145 in this account between now and the end of the year in dividends, right? So that's pretty good. And then if we go here, we're going to get $121 in that account. And that's not counting our $800 more we got in dividend paying funds, for a total of $22.25 a month and $267 a year that we're going to get in free money right now. So that's good. We're building our cash flow up. Our asset column is growing, just like the rich do. And our liability column, I don't have any liabilities because my house is paid off, and my truck's a liability. It's not paid off, but I owe pennies on it, so it doesn't even matter, you know. So that's what you got to do. So what do we got? We're investing currently with $8,100 between both of these accounts, and $3,000 in Robinhood. So that's 8, 9, 10. So we got 11, 12,000 on the table here, right? And then we got another 401k, but most of the money's just chilling because they only got baskets of funds, and I don't like buying with baskets of funds because you get 2 good ones and 12 shit ones, right? So junk. Robert Kiyosaki would not like that. Speaking of Robert Kiyosaki, right here, watch this. Getting a Job is for Losers. Robert Kiyosaki. He's got a lot of good knowledge in there. The title's misleading. You gotta watch it. You'll learn a lot. And then I'm telling you guys right now, this will. If you don't know anything about money, or if you've never thought, hey, what is actual money and how does it work, and why am I not rich, and why are these rich fucks rich? Well, because they know money. They have a good education about money and financial shit, and he can teach you that. And he's no bullshit kind of guy, right? He's a very smart guy. Read it or listen to it on audio. It's a lot easier. You don't have to listen to it at once. 10 minutes a day for the next fucking 3 weeks. You know, not even 3 weeks. Read your first book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki audiobook. Start with that, and then go and learn the difference between real and fake. I think it's money, or it might be assets.
Your world. Instead of guiding students into the light, our education system is leading millions of young people into financial darkness and the worst type of debt, student loan debt. The rise in student loan debt between 1975 and 2011 is charted in figure I.2 in the accompanying PDF.
Because it fucking costs you money.
Student loan debt is over 1.2.
All that kind of shit, right? Your house is not a liability if you're living in it. Even if you buy a real estate property to be a landlord, if it's costing you money, it is a liability. It's a potential asset, but it is currently a liability if you're not generating cash flow from it. If it's costing you money, even after you're getting rent, it's a fucking liability. Just like your house, even my house is paid off. There's no fucking mortgage on it. It is still a fucking liability to me because I got association dues, which never, under any circumstances, move into an association. I will never, after I depart this place and run it as an asset, because that will be a future asset in my asset column. It's just a liability now because I'm paying taxes, maintenance, energy, all that shit, right? Fucking that costs money. But never go into an association. It's like a communist fucking dictatorship. Even though mine's not bad because I'm the treasury on there.
Crypto investing.
I am the fucking authoritarian government. I got the guys saying what they do, right?
Only
keep it mind. Kind of got family radio network.
Financial advisor, education, entertainment only.
But we shaped them up. They were all fucked up 10 years ago, and me, the old man, and his buddy shaped that shit up, and now we've spent $88,000 on roofs, spent $56,000 on a beautiful new parking lot, right? Spent like $10,000 on landscaping to make it look really nice. And now we're going to spend about $100,000 next year or the year after on some beautiful new siding. So it looks great, and it was all balanced, and the budget was balanced by me, my old man, and his buddy. As soon as I lived there, and we all own real estate properties there, right? So we had to shape that shit the fuck up. We booted all the previous administration the fuck out because they didn't know what they were doing. And 9 years later, we have been able to go from broke I'm there to investing and putting in new roofs, parking lot, landscaping. That cost $150,000, but we balanced the budget in 9 short years to do that, right? And part of the learning was on that. So Rich Dad, Poor Dad, first book, learn the difference between real and fake assets. If you think your home that you're living in is an asset, you, if that's you right now, if you're looking at yourself going, oh, what do you mean my house isn't an asset? My fucking real estate guy said my house is an asset. Yeah, well, your real estate guy's an asshole and he's just trying to sell you something. The fuck does he know about assets? He sells fucking overpriced home loans to motherfuckers that can't afford it, right? On teaser rates. You really need to fucking read that if you think your house is a fucking asset, because it's not. It's a huge liability. And then you read audiobook, Fake Money, Fake School, Fake Teachers, and Fake Assets. But that's really long. It's like a 4-part shit. It's like 15 hours long. So that's going to take time, but that's the progression you need to go into. Or if you just want to you don't have time for any of that, but you got to watch all those. And you will really have a new way of looking at things. And from that time forward, you're going to start thinking different. And once you start thinking different, you start acting different. And once you start acting and thinking different, you are different. And then you can go and start thinking like a rich person. When you see a $190 pair of Jordans, you're going to be like, yeah, why don't I buy that $71 pair of shoes that'll last me 2 years versus fucking overpriced Jordans? And then I can take that extra money and put that extra $100 into an asset that I want to buy, into a business I want to be part of, right? That's generating cash flow and dividends and real estate properties, right? That's how you do it. Same thing with fancy cars and shit. That's not how you do it. That's how Vincenzo started living about 11 years ago. And he went from no matter how much money I made, I had nothing left over, to all kinds of money left over, and making a lot more than I did back then. But if I financed and thought like I did back then, I would have nothing right now. I would have lots of debt and no money, right? I would have had a lot of fun, but I would have no money. and I wouldn't have any money working for me. But I started watching this guy, right, and read his shit, and then this guy really straightened me out too. Peter Schiff, his old man, Erwin Schiff, really straightened me out. This guy right here, Erwin Schiff, he was a political prisoner. He died in jail because he was exposing how taxes, federal income tax is not technically, it is unconstitutional, and the federal government has no authority to implement and collect a federal income tax. That's why they call it voluntary compliance. Learned a lot from him. That's really funny. If you guys like Peter Schiff stand-up is fucking hilarious. It's fucking worth it. Check it out. Remember Barrage, him, and Rich Dad Poor Dad. Tell them you're part of the jabroni killers at Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing. And we want Peter Schiff and Robert Kiyosaki on our channel, or we want to go on their channel, right? And then another great guy to learn from is Jim Rickards. Very smart guy. Read his books or listen to his audio books, and they will put you on the track and to think and act and spend and invest like Vincenzo. And then you can be Vincenzo rich. I'm going to make Vincenzo rich coffee mugs. And then you can sip that as you're investing and buying assets and expanding your balance sheet with cash flow and assets and limiting and siphoning and detecting and averting and subverting the liabilities and understanding what liabilities are and getting financially educated so that way you can be on the road to being rich and sidestep and take down the criminal gangster cartel. Yes, the Ohio State University, brother. Like, subscribe, and share. Peace and love. Peace and love.